Welcome to Stevie's World UK. Today we're in the city of Gloucester, right in the heart of Gloucestershire itself. So today, the world of Beatrix Potter and the shop and street that inspired Beatrix Potter to write The Tailor of Gloucester is part of my world. Nine College Court, the tiny shop built onto the stone wall of Cathedral Close next to the gate, is the home Beatrix Potter chose for her Tailor of Gloucester. It appears on page 39 of her famous tale. This narrow building came up for sale in 1979 and happily was bought by Frederick Warne & Co. Limited 75 years after they published the book. It has now been totally renovated and become a Beatrix Potter centre called the House of the Tailor of Gloucester. Beatrix Potter, a regular visitor to Gloucestershire, stayed with relations Judge Crompton Hutton and his family at Harescombe Grange near Stroud. She heard a Pritchard story on one of these visits, probably that of May 1897, from some ladies who came to tea at the Grange, and turned it into a book that has delighted generations of children and adults alike. The Tailor of Gloucester was published privately by Beatrix Potter in 1902 and then by Frederick Warne & Co. in 1903 to become the third tale in the famous Peter Rabbit series. It was based on something that actually occurred to a very young Gloucester tailor, John S. Pritchard, who was commissioned to make a coat for the city's mayor. He returned to his workshop after a weekend break to find the finished clothes and a note saying, "No more twist." Pritchard believed it was the work of fairies and advertised the fact in his shop window, but in fact 2 colleagues later admitted to having returned to the shop and completing their employer's commission. The fact that John Pritchard actually lived here at 9 College Court has never been substantiated. Even in the manuscript version of the book, Beatrix Potter placed him living in the basement of a house in Three Cocks Lane, but it wasn't until the Warne edition that he was moved to College Court. It is known that at the turn of the century, Pritchard worked in St John's Lane and in Westgate Street, later moving to Haresfield where he took up a teaching post at Hardwick Reformatory. He died in 1934 at the age of 57 with TB and is buried in the village of Charlton Kings. While not actually the house of the tailor as far as fact is concerned, 9 College Court is very much the house of the fictional Tailor of Gloucester, and is known as such to children and adults all over Britain, Europe, in fact all over the world. The conversion of the building to a Beatrix Potter Centre is therefore a fitting tribute to a book that has enthralled millions, to a writer and illustrator whose books remain the most popular of children's books ever written, and to the original tailor who thought it was fairies who'd finished his work so exquisitely and left the note, "No more twist." It is interesting to note that in December 1916, Beatrix Potter wrote in a presentation copy that this is my favourite amongst my little books, and that when the Tate Gallery offered a representative collection of illustrations of Beatrix Potter's book, they chose the original Tailor of Gloucester pictures. The original manuscript is currently in the Philadelphia Free Library in the USA.
Yeah, it's so annoying. Do you get the burning in them sometimes? I do sometimes. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I mean, I've got my engagement ring on, but I'll probably have to soak my hands in cold water. Right then, girls, have a good afternoon. Thanks so much.
But you go down the back, and then you'll be able to see a piece of it.
Many of the illustrations in the Tailor of Gloucester were based on Gloucestershire scenes. Some of the items of furniture were drawn in cottages in and around Harescombe. Percy Parton, the son of the Hutton's coachman, became the model of the illustrations of the old tailor. One illustration is easy to trace back to the Tailor of Gloucester. It is a clearly recognisable picture of College Court, the narrow lane leading to St Michael's Gate, an ancient entrance to the lay cemetery of the old abbey, used by pilgrims in the shrine of Edward II. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on great future content from Steve's World UK. Until next time, be safe, be good, be kind and be careful. It takes 24 hours for the world to turn once, but only 2 seconds to like or subscribe to see great future content from Steve's World UK.